opportunities for girls. 2, use rugby as a lead into improved education. And 3, support children with disabilities. The fund has already reached almost $500,000 and sits within the Atlas Foundation, which is a broader charity set up by Jason Leonard and supported by many international rugby players. The symbolism of the Sri Lankan team coming for this and the fund supporting rugby in Asian nations is obviously poignant. Okay, referees, please, we do need to get the games underway. So I would like to invite the referees onto the field and invite the Sri Lanka National Squad to proceed onto the field, please, and the Singapore Select team. So if everybody please could clap them on, that would be great. Thank you. The Singapore Select will be playing in the red strip. The games are of 2 halves of 12 minutes, and there's a 2-minute half time. And the refs will control the timings.
To the Singapore Select Memorial 10 squad playing against the 10-a-side Sri Lankan team. Sri Lanka playing in the green and white hoops with the Singapore team playing in the red. Huh? So the first scrum with the Sri Lanka put in the test for the Singapore team, so how they can hold up to this. Obviously 10-a-side, so therefore 5-man scrums, twisting around there with a penalty going to Singapore. Let's see how Singapore can come out. So for Singapore today, we've got a few international players. We've got a guy called David Gull, who's playing at number 1, plays for Singapore, had about 5 caps for Singapore. We have Ollie Smith, who is played for Harlequins, Montpellier and Tigers, but has 5 England caps and also a British Lions cap against New Zealand in 2005, retiring from rugby at an early age from knee injury. We've also got Neil Best playing at fly half today at number 7. That's his traditional number, but he's also playing today at fly half. Neil Best, 18 appearances for Ireland as flanker, but 122 caps for Ulster before moving to Northampton Saints. So here we have Sri Lanka is in with the ball. We've got some space out wide. Attacking for the ball there, and there's a penalty being awarded for not releasing off to Singapore. Quick ball with Neil Best there at the ball. Keep an eye out for number 27, Ollie Smith, when he appears. That's Robbie Rehard playing there at scrum half to clear the ball. Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that the Singapore team is a select team. It's not been playing together for a while now. In fact, they haven't played together as a team like this, whereas the Sri Lanka team, obviously their national squad, have been playing together for some time. So we expect to see a strong Singaporean performance, but let's see if they can keep it up for 2 12-minute halves. And clears for a line out. So wonderful to be here with the Singapore Select and the Sri Lankan team. Obviously, the reasons for this. Is that a knock on? There's a knock on there, so advantage go to Singapore. Neil Best being tackled and taken to the ground, and a clearance kick for the Singapore team to chase. Who will we see coming out?
For a live stream with commentary.
It's going on there. So Sri Lanka's on the break here. They've got a guy outside. There we go, lovely pass. Cutting back inside. He's got the post inside. He's going to close that under the post as long as he doesn't knock on. He's got the try. Well done. So that's number 8, Sudaraka Dikamburi for Sri Lanka. Nice little step there just to clear the player. And the number 20 there, I can't remember his name, but he plays for the Goa team, the French team here in Singapore, and has been representing the Singapore select today. So they go converted. That's 7 points to 0 now. Advantage to Sri Lanka. Lorenz Klingbeil was chasing the try there. So as I was saying, a big charity fundraising activity on the turf of Singapore Cricket Club Padang. Beautiful place. If you haven't been here, then please find an opportunity to come down and visit. There's the Singapore Sevens taking place this weekend if you're based in Singapore. Tickets are pretty inexpensive. Come along and watch some fantastic rugby on the Sevens tournament here in Singapore.
Irish international. Playing the style, he's number 7, Lorenz Klingsdale.
There's Lorenz there, chasing through, breaking through the tackles, carrying a couple of men with him, very strong. However, didn't let go of the ball. It's now turned over off to the Sri Lankan team.
And Ollie Smith at 21.
So chasing through, will they clear it? Oh, little kick forward, and that must be a try. Well gathered, good hands. Scores a second try for Sri Lanka. Oh, referees just checking with the linesman. Try has been awarded. That makes the score 12 points to 0 for Sri Lanka. Great timing now. It's 6.5 minutes in, so we've got about another just over 5 minutes left and time. It's 6 minutes and 50 seconds left, so halfway through this first half. And the linesman awards the conversion. So wonderful, obviously, to see the Sri Lanka team visiting into Singapore for this memorial game. Obviously, with the bombings taking place on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka, a real tribute for them to be able to take the time and the effort to come across here and play against in a couple of games today. They're playing against the Singapore select team. They're also playing against a Daveta team who travelled all the way from Fiji. So this afternoon we've got a few games of rugby that's lined up. This game, Sri Lanka versus Singapore Select. We'll then be going on to a Dulwich under-12s versus TRC under-12s. That's a local game of touch girls, which was being played and both represented by Annabel Nicholson, who sadly lost her life in Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. Her school friends at Dulwich and her teammates at TRC will be playing. Followed by a Daveta and TRC All-Stars game versus the Singapore Select. So we'll see the Singapore guys back on a little bit later. So right now they're in attacking mode. A little kick through to try and make the possession there. Oh, and a little bit of a fumble there, unfortunately. But that's a knock-on, or is it going to be a line-out? Quick. Oh, the referee's going to bring that back. So we hope you can join us for the afternoon of rugby here. As I say, Daveta versus TRC All-Stars. We then have an under-14s game. The under-14s team is represented by Alex Nicholson, who plays for both Dulwich Rugby School, but also Tangland Rugby Club. And they'll be doing an exhibition game for the under-14 boys later on this afternoon, before the finale of the Daveta TRC All-Stars versus Sri Lanka once again. So Sri Lanka gathered the ball from the line-out, attacking the ball here. Not releasing the ball.
Penalty Singapore.
And we have a penalty going to Singapore. Let's see if Singapore can make some points here. A little tap through there. Out to the wing. There's big Charlie Osler. Charlie Osler, that's going to be the first try for Singapore.
Try for Singapore.
So Charlie Osler plays for Singapore Cricket Club and also represents a business called Aon here in Singapore. He's been in Singapore for about 3 years now and loves his rugby. As you can see, a big man to try and stop. When he starts to run, he can't stop himself half the time. My fellow commentator here, Julian Wallace, myself, Andrew here, enjoying our afternoon in the sun with some refreshing ale to keep us busy and keep us occupied. In addition to the rugby, unfortunately, not a conversion there for the guys. Fortunately, just wide of the post, not by very far. So Charlie Osler there, try scorer, getting his breath back. It's a little bit of a puff after that. I'm sure he'll be saying it's probably about a 50-metre run that he just executed. Actually, when he realised it's 3 or 4 metres, he was and actually passing the water bottle there to number 1 David Gull. David Gull, a Singapore national rugby player, but also works at the same firm as Charlie at Aon.
Kickoff's not gone 10 metres, so it's a free kick to Sri Lanka.
So the ball didn't travel the full 10 metres there. We'll now be going back to a free kick for Sri Lanka's advantage. Some nice hands there, nice offloads. Open ball there, referee calls open.
Sri Lanka on the attack.
Sri Lanka looking quite tidy here, very well organised in defence and in attack. Now the angle that we saw that on the television looked like it might have been forward. I think the referee's seen the same thing, has called it back again for a scrum to Singapore. So a number of these Singapore players will not be at full match fitness. They won't be playing regularly or weekly. Indeed, they'll be training regularly, but not playing games certainly of this calibre on a regular basis. Sri Lanka clearly have the upper edge here in terms of fitness, and we look forward to seeing the final 2 minutes of this first half. Unfortunate knock on there from Singapore. Not really under any pressure there, but maybe the humidity has got to his hands. It's a little bit runny there, but clearly not happy with himself at all. And that's Ollie Smith. Which you don't have to see that with Ollie Smith, I would argue. Okay, wonderful wide ball there, cutting back inside, looking for the opportunity to try and step through, drawing in some players. And clearly, as we know in tens, it's a very fast game. We're going to keep the ball alive, and there we go, keeping the ball alive, as we said, just out of vision there. And I can hear the whistle, and I can see the linesman giving his thumbs up, which would suggest that's a third try to the strength of Sri Lanka. So as I was saying, in tens rugby, there's an extra 5 players are not on the full-size pitch here, so keeping the ball alive, not trying to tie too many players into the rucks and the mauls is absolutely critical. Keeping that ball alive and just keeping it flowing and looking for the opportunities and the gaps that are created by 5 less players on the field. No conversion there. And we're now into the final 30 seconds of the first half. Some of the players gasping. The heat here in Singapore is about 30 plus degrees, very humid. And there we go for half-time break as coordinated by the referee. We'll be back in a couple of minutes just whilst these guys refresh. We shall also refresh ourselves.
This year, history will be written by the pride of our nation, by the pride in our hooker, the pride in our backs, and the pride in our props. This year, history is for the brave, for the warriors, and for the proud. We are proud, with pride in our wing, and pride in our captain. This year, our pride will make history. Welcome to our home.
A share of the proceeds of the F&B sales this evening will go directly to the Nicholson Memorial Fund, so please ensure you stay suitably hydrated There are bars situated in the entrance area and also in the tent nearest to the Raffles shopping mall. The bars are selling a range of beverages, soft drinks and hot food. Also, we do have, I believe, very few tickets left for the curry evening, which will open at about 7 p.m. for those who have purchased tickets. They're on sale at the entrance area for $80, or you can throw in a SEC 7 tickets for this weekend and pay $100. And then we start the second half.
Welcome back to the second half. 19-5 to Sri Lanka. All the players now suitably refreshed and looking fresh-faced. Not nearly as red as their jerseys. Neil Best there falling over as he does very well. A knock on there by Sri Lanka. Scrum to Singapore. So Neil Best today playing in his favoured position of fly half. He was never allowed to actually do that in professional rugby for very good reason. Sri Lanka going forward, penalty, and quick movement of the ball. A little show and no-go from Bestie. Ollie Smith. So some sustained pressure from Singapore, but can they convert it into points? Neil Best goes over from 3 yards. That must rank amongst one of his best. So 19-10 with a conversion to come. Just wide from Ollie Smith, unfortunately. So 19-10. First blood in the second half to Singapore. A bit high there. Referee's got his arm out, playing advantage. Sri Lanka looking to use the space. Looking a bit fitter and a bit more used to the heat. Got an overlap. Well used, good use of space, good use of the overlap. Nice score for Sri Lanka. Eventually. So a number of these players will be here at the Padang this weekend playing in the Singapore Cricket Club Sevens. It's always a fantastic tournament, good fun, good rugby, and good for the community to get together and have a few beers. It's 24-10 with 5 minutes to go. Penalty to Singapore. Singapore trying to keep up the forward pressure, whereas Sri Lanka are looking for the spaces out wide. Good contrast. Penalty Sri Lanka, quick tap. Again, using to move the ball quickly. Unfortunately, too quickly. A bit of a knock on. So this Sri Lankan team and the Daveta team that we'll see shortly are both playing in the sevens this weekend. Daveta, I think this is Daveta's third or fourth year on the SCC sevens. Good use of the touchline as the extra defender. Line out to Sri Lanka. So this is the first of 3 games between the adult teams. Round robin between Sri Lanka, Singapore Select, Daveta and some TRC All-Stars, with some games with the children representing Alex and Annabel's schools and club rugby. And again, Sri Lanka using the spaces out wide in their speed. Score another try. So it's now 31-10. So 4 minutes to go. Fairly comfortable for Sri Lanka now. Very, very hard for Singapore to come back. Some football skills from Ollie Smith, which didn't work out so well. See there, the girls' touch teams are getting ready for the next game. As mentioned by Andy earlier, they have a close association with Annabel Nicholson, both through Dulwich and TRC, where she played touch rugby and was a very fond member of the club and very fond person within the club. Yeah, good run by David Gull there, bursting through the middle. Sri Lanka regather. And again, we'll look to use the edges. Oh, unlucky, almost went to hand. Bestie there talking to the referee about something. The referee probably doesn't understand him. It's probably just as well. Can't see the decision there. Looks like a penalty to Singapore. Not sure what for. Good run by Best. Laurence giving it some. Oh, cheeky rucking from Bestie there. Penalty for offside. Well, kept possession, going backwards, but kept possession, which is important. They can re-go now with some space. And Sri Lanka again will move it into space. Oh, knock on there, unfortunate.
44 seconds left.
Just a few seconds left. Everyone getting a bit tired now. A few errors creeping in.
The referee is looking at his watch.
Let's see if Singapore can finish on a high. Oh, lovely reverse pass, Molly Smith, bringing back the glory days. Bestie almost making it, but a lovely offload. And a great finish for Singapore. Moment of glory, moment of magic to finish the game.
And the referee looks at his watch.
So it's 33-15. There's a conversion attempt to come. It's gone wide, so final score 33-15 to Sri Lanka. We'll be back shortly with the girls' touch.
With that, we move on to the girls under 12 touch teams from Dulwich and from TRC. And the score for Sri Lanka versus single select is
ខ្ញុំមានឈ្មោះកែវសុកនៅខ្ញុំមានអាយុ21ឆ្នាំកម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបបានសហការជាមួយអង្គការ11អង្គការនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានបង្ហាត់ក្មេងៗចាប់ពីអាយុ6ឆ្នាំទៅដល់17ឆ្នាំជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយក្មេង600នាក់ដែលមកពីអង្គការផ្សេងៗគ្នាហើយជាពិសេសខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណទៅដល់កម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបដែលបង្កើតកម្មវិធីនេះមកក្មេងដែលខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយ 55% គឺជានារីក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំជានារីម្នាក់នៅក្នុងសមាជិករបស់កម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបខ្ញុំពិតជាសប្បាយចិត្តខ្លាំងណាស់ខ្ញុំ ខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើជាគំរូល្អម្នាក់ដើម្បីដឹកនាំក្មេងៗជាពិសេសនារីឲ្យចូលរួមលេងកីឡារ៉ូប៊ីនេះ
I think the girls are ready to start. So if the ref is ready, if the ref can raise your hand, please, if you're ready. Thank you. And please start the game. You can proceed to tap off. Thank you.
So this is the under-12 touch rugby versus Dulwich College versus TRC. Touch rugby is a six-a-side game. When instead of a tackle like contact rugby, there is a touch. The ball then has to be played to ground and the defending team have to go back 5 metres. So currently TRC have got possession of the ball, Dulwich College are in defence. Our referee for this game is Rosario Ruiz Cabrero. She's a Dulwich College student, she's in year 11 and she's an excellent referee doing this every week for Dulwich College. Lisa Davison has the ball at the minute, taking it into touch. We've got Richard Shetty, number 11. Sophia Rance picking up the ball, making that nice long pass. Girls trying to draw out the defence. Sophia Rance on the ball again. And Lisa Davison unfortunately just missed that try, last touch at the end there. Unlucky girls for Dulwich College. When 6 touches have been completed, the ball then gets turned over to the other team. So TRC in possession of the ball right now. Great touch, good defending. That's Amber Smith making that, forcing that error for TRC. Good defence from Bella Commissaris.
If you wish to smoke, please leave the
So a drop ball means a turnover for Dulwich College. Dulwich College in attack now.
in the surrounding streets.
Amber Smith on the ball, leave Lisa Davison out on the wing. Touch made. Bella Con picking up the ball. Dulwich College trying to draw out the defenders from TRC. Try scored by Amber Smith. Oh no, disallowed.
Simon Maddox in the crowds, or actually even on the pitches. I mean, we had a couple just playing just now.
Our second referee for this team is Isabel Rance. She's currently in Year 9 at Dulwich College. Just finished her referee official qualification. Okay, Dulwich College possession. Touch 1. Touch 2, out on the wing for Lisa. Bella picking up the ball to Richard Shetty. Touch 3. Amber trying to bring out the defence to try and get a quick try. Good defence from TRC. Dulwich still trying to manipulate the ball. Touch made on the try line. TRC in attack. Touch 1. Touch 2. Touch 3. Touch 4, good defence by Dulwich. Touch 5, TRC making lots of ground on the attack. Final touch. Touch made, turnover, Dulwich College in attack, TRC defending. Touch 2, some subs being made by Dulwich College. It's best to sub in touch rugby when you are attacking so that you don't leave gaps in your defence. Freya Sumner on the ball. Naomi playing the dummy half. Carmela Ruiz Cabrero taking into the touch. Sophia Rance trying to make the dodge. Turnover, 6 touches. Maya McCoy on the defence there.
I'd like to invite Ben Nicholson to the microphone.
Drop ball, so that's another turnover. Dulwich College on
Please,
attack.
Ben, if you could come to the microphone and give us a few words.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming here this evening.
Carmela distributing the ball as a dummy half.
The Sri Lanka and Singapore lads, and now we've got on the field.
Carmela trying to make the defence to move.
TRC girls under 12 touch. The reason they're playing in this competition today is because Annabel played in both of these teams, both the TRC and for the Dulwich school.
Turnover, 6 touches. It's now TRC's ball. TRC on the attack, trying to gain as many yards as they can. Carmela diving in for defence there.
They've put on a good show of their skills so far, so we hope to see a bit more.
This is a great show of touch rugby again today, with having the students as referees as well. It shows you how popular touch rugby is in Singapore. TRC still in possession of the ball, making good ground and invading the space. Turnover, drop ball, means it's Dulwich College's ball. Carmela going in with the attack, trying to gain as many yards as she can. Sophia Rance in there nice and quickly to be the dummy half to scoop. Naomi passing off to the left wing. Great yards taken from Dulwich here. Let's see if we can maybe try and break a gap. Carmela trying to bring out the defence, try and bring them out from the try line. Some good play from both teams here. It's a bit of a stalemate, no one being able to break through the defence to score tries at the moment. TRC in possession. Tanglin Rugby Club, a real popular club here in Singapore. Lots of girls representing that club from lots of different schools across Singapore.
Thank you, Ben. And as the purpose of today's event is to raise funds for the Nicholson Memorial Fund, and that was set up precisely to commemorate the lives of Anita, Alex and Annabel. who passed away in the Easter Sunday bombings in Sri Lanka. And the fund will be focused on supporting projects in Asia that use the power of rugby and the rugby community to improve the lives.
Can currently see coach from Dulwich College, Mr. Stuart Hanlon. Stu is from New Zealand but currently represents Singapore in the over 40s for touch rugby, was recently voted players player in the recent over 40s World Cup for Singapore. Sophia Warburton taking the touch there. Amber Smith now on the ball, making a good pass over to the wing.
The fund has already reached almost $500,000 and sits within the Atlas Foundation, which is a broader charity set up by
Bella Commissaris added some pace in there. Unfortunately, dropped ball. Tangling Rugby Club ball.
Of the Sri Lankan team coming for this, and the fund supporting rugby in Asian nations is obviously poignant.
Up to Dulwich College to defend hard now to try and prevent TRC breaking through. Touch rugby, a really popular sport here for the girls in Singapore. Lots of girls not only playing for their international schools but also playing for many clubs and rugby clubs around the island. Sophia Warburton taking into the touch there. Maya Hansen passing on to the mid. Amber Smith taking it through back through the middle. Dulwich College still in possession. Okay, Dulwich College back in possession on the right-hand wing there. Bella Commissaris scooping on for unfortunate fumble, so that's a TRC ball. Dulwich College needs to retreat back 5 metres. Every time a touch is made, the defending team needs to retreat back to 5 metres to allow the attacking team to then go back into offence. Touch is made, the dummy has to go put the ball down where that touch is made, exactly in that place. Once a touch is made, retreat back 5, you're allowed 6 touches in order to, before there is a turnover. So Tangling ran out of touches, Dulwich College back on the ball, Sophia Warburton taking it in, Maya Hansen distributing over to Bella Commissaris, making the touch nice and quickly, dummy half scoops, Sophia Rance taking it into a different corner. Sophia trying to dodge past to see if we can get through without using the 6 touches. 6 touches over, that's Tangling ball. Okay, Dulwich, see if we can put some decent defence here, keep them in their half. That's the second touch. Keeping it nice on this left-hand wing over here. Dulwich fighting hard, sending up a shooter to do that defence. Carmela getting in there nice and quickly. Touch number 5, 5th and final touch. Touch made, turn over to Dulwich College. Carmela taking advantage of the ball nice and quick, see if she can get past those defenders, making some great yards for Dulwich. Here she goes again. Trying to force a gap in the defence and see if we can try and get through and manipulate that gap. Big push there from Tangling Rugby Club. Sophia looks like she's a little wounded. Some medics coming onto the pitch right now just to treat Sophia, see how she is. So the game's pretty tight at the moment from both sides, giving good defence and looking for some attacking options to try and break through into those gaps. So over at the Padang this afternoon, we've got 2 touch rugby teams playing. We can only see one game at the moment, but the other team is another Dulwich College team playing against TRC as well. Lots of opportunity for girls to really push the touch rugby and play as often as they can. Wishing Sophia all the best, hope she feels better soon. Here we go again, Dulwich in possession. Carmela on the ball at the moment, Richard playing dummy half, scooping the ball back to Carmela, trying to dance around the defenders. Freya trying to get round the wing, turnover 6 touches. Carmela making the touch there, girls realigning into the defence. Maya McCoy, well done there, good defence.
Your games to a close after the next play. Touch referees on the pitches if you draw your game to a close on the next play.
We're just about to come to an end here. Last possession for Tanglin. Drop ball, turn over to Dulwich College. Trying to draw the defence in one direction. Here's Naomi de Venecia. And that is game over. Well done to both teams. Final score 0-0.
Thank you. A message for the girls, please, that have just played and the subs. If you could please make your way to the National Gallery end of the field. The National Gallery end of the field. And if you're looking at the National Gallery, on the left of the post, the left-hand corner of the post, the main photographer will be there to take your photographs. So for all the girls, please make your way to the left-hand corner of the field on the National Gallery end. And we'll move on now. Can I ask the girls, please, if you could jog it off, please, as we've got the next games lined up. Girls, please, if you could jog off, take your bottles, and please clear the field. Coaches, please, if you could usher your girls off the field. We need you to clear the field, please, as we continue today's games with Daveta against the TRC All-Stars with the Singapore Select team. So girls, please, could you please leave the pitches? Please take all your water bottles and leave the pitch. Coaches, if I could ask you please to usher your girls off. We are on a tight schedule. And if I could invite the ARs and the referee for the next game, please to lead Daveta and the TRC All-Stars Singapore Select onto the field. So Daveta are playing in the blue, and the TRC All-Stars and Singapore Select in the red. 2 halves of 12 minutes and a 2-minute half time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second of the Opens games. We've got the Singapore Select team playing against the Daveta TRC All-Stars. We've got a number of internationals that will be playing on the field today. With the Singapore Select, you have Neil Best, ex-Ireland international with 18 caps, and you've also 122 caps for Ulster. And you have Ollie Smith playing at number 27. Great career based at Quins, Montpellier and Leicester Tigers, and then had to retire after 5 England caps and 1 Lions cap against New Zealand in 2005. But we're going to be watching here the Daveta TRC All-Stars kicking off. Tapping the ball back, that's nicely taken, nicely regathered. And that's Drew Mitchell pushing through there. Drew Mitchell, the Australian winger, very experienced, played a number of international caps. And it looks like a very early try to the Daveta TRC All-Stars. So that's the first score. Daveta 5-0 up. We'll be looking to see what happens now from the conversion. So I'm here with, this is Andrew Hare, here with Julian Wallace. We're commentating for this game. Julian, you just got back from the toilets. You haven't really had much time to watch the game, but do you think it's going to be exciting?
I'm not sure, but the toilets are really hot. Just plastic portaloos in 33-degree heat, so not a very nice place to be. So I'm very happy to be back here at the commentary box watching the likes of Ben Gollings and Drew Mitchell.
Thank you for that insight. Perfect. 33 degrees in the toilets, 35 degrees outside. So Ben Gollings here, England's sevens player, one of the highest cap players in sevens altogether. Beautiful little kick through there, and this looks like it could be a whitewash already in the first two kickoffs. The Daveta TRC All-Stars have managed to regather the ball and scored from both kickoffs so far. So obviously the Daveta team, which you're seeing here, are made up of a number of Fijian internationals and Fijian Olympic gold cup winning medalists. So it's a real treat to be able to see them playing. It doesn't look like it's a real treat to be playing against them right now, given that the Singapore team have not yet had a chance to gather that ball yet. So that's 14-0 with in the first 2 minutes. Ben Gollings looking quite happy with himself, trotting back there, chasing the referee. Talking about the referee, it would be worth keeping an eye out for some of the touch judges. You'll see some very young boys and girls that are touch judging or even refereeing today. That's part of the Singapore Rugby Union trying to get more young people involved into the refereeing of the games here, which is a wonderful initiative. You can see a young chap over there with the yellow flag. So that's Neil Best there, it's flying at fly half, passing the ball there. Neil Best, Ireland International with 18 caps and 122 caps for Ulster. 122 appearances. There he is again, back at outside centre, passing the ball through to the wing. And we'll see him rocking over here. Rocking over the number 8, Lorenz Kingbell. Oh, and there we go. He's a big man, but he's got fast legs. There we go. Oh, and a Daveta intercept. So after all that, a nice few minutes with the a nice few minutes when there were some runs of the ball there with for the Singapore team. Unfortunately, that's now 3 minutes into the game. And that's the third try that Daveta has scored. So far, running at a try per minute. Quite an exciting game, unless you're playing for Singapore. Welcome back, Julian. You now have your own microphone.
One-way traffic currently.
Very much so. If Julian, you've been in this situation a number of times on the back foot. What would you be thinking about?
I don't know what you mean by that.
well, I've seen you on the back foot a number of times. What would be going through your mind right now? 3 tries in the first 3 minutes of a 24-minute game.
This is the point in time when you think you've got them where you want them. You've lulled them into the full sense of security. Now's the time to pounce.
Now it's attack. Okay. Pounce they shall, but they didn't pounce quite well enough.
Mildly.
Yes, didn't pounce quite well enough in that line-out. Daveta running the ball. Oh, big wide ball there. But he's going to put his head down and let's see the speed here.
Look
at that handoff.
Gas always wins. Laurent's giving it a go, but he's not going to get there.
So I believe that's Micah Tudrovu. Just scored his...
forward pass.
Oh, my word. Well, there we go.
Well, that's what happens when you show off.
And, Julian, when you show off in games...
I get away with it.
What tends to happen after the game?
Well, the crowd goes wild, first of all, and I get fined.
Would you care to share your worst fine moments, or should we just maybe skip over? We're not too sure who's viewing. No.
So what we should perhaps say that the Vita team has got a few All-Stars in it, and that's mainly thanks to you and I, because we declined to play.
That's right.
And so they had to get some like-for-like replacements.
I think Drew Mitchell took my place, to be fair.
Well, okay.
It's between Drew and Ben, but I think Drew got my lucky spot. And here we go again. Daveta and TRC All-Stars firmly on the attack in the 22-metre line. They can see the posts. A little goose step there, look at that. Oh, beautiful. And he breaks through 2 tacklers And I believe that is the third try. Is the third try. They should have had
Should
more.
probably point out that Daveta have either been finalists or won the SC7s for the last couple of years, so they are an exceptional side. There's always going to be an uphill struggle for the Singapore select team. But I'm sure they'll enjoy the experience.
Talking about the SEC Sevens taking place here on the Padang this weekend, we've got about 12 teams that are playing. We've got the Cougars from Australia, Palmyra from Australia, the East Annam from Australia, Bangkok 12 from Thailand, Daveta, Fiji we're watching just now. We've got a Japanese team, Tamariva, that are coming down. Karumi also from Japan. Representing New Zealand will be Ponsonby. Singapore select team from the SEC and team as well. Sri Lanka Tuskers, which will be made up by a number of the Sri Lanka team playing earlier and also later today. We have a team from the United States called the Star Sevens, and then we've got the Wild Bucks Ogres from Singapore. So it should be a good weekend of rugby here at the SEC Sevens on the Padang.
Very nice district, lots of cafes, but very nice lads.
So Singapore back in control of the ball here for a quick moment or two until a little missed pass. The ball went backwards there. And the referee's just checking with the touch judge if we're going to go back for... I think we might have to go to the TMO here.
No,
yeah, so we go to the big screen. So Julian, I think it's your call. Oh no, I think, have you made the call?
No, I think he's doing the YMCA.
Neil Best looking a little bit disrupted there, with a little bit of blood in his nose. The big man Bestie.
Well, he's pulled a heartledge. It's coming off.
I think he's got a cut in his nose. Looking a little bit sorry for himself there. Oh, is that a tear? Do we see tears coming out of Neil Best's eyes?
Definitely. That's a tissue. He's wiping tears away.
Yeah. Normally he's the cause of blood on other people's faces, but today he's the receiver of blood on his own face. So he's been replaced. Not too sure who by, but obviously another strong player.
Maybe a proper fly half.
Yeah, that's why Neil Best never particularly well known for being fly half when he was playing for Ulster or.
Here we go. This is what a proper fly half looks like.
No, that's right. There's Lorenz there. Big hits there, big clearance out of the rucks. Well done, Singapore.
Daveta not bothering to
knock
contest the
through.
breakdown.
They're chasing.
Oh, is that a knock on?
Oh, Daveta breaking through.
I think that's bye-bye time.
24-0 already. 4 minutes to go in the first half. That would make it 29-0.
Oh, he's waving at his mum.
So I suspect trying to save some energy for the weekend coming up, playing in the SEC Sevens. Talking about saving energy, I think the Singapore team have used every ounce of energy they've got, but this is their second game of this afternoon. TRC Daveta, this is their first game, so they have a little bit more energy until they play the Singapore select game. They play the Sri Lanka National Team a little bit later this afternoon.
You can the Titans for the last game.
And what's at stake? I mean, if you're coming out of this game, you're TRC Daveta, Julian. You've been in this position many times, scoring so many tries in the first 4 or 5 minutes of a game. What would be going through your mind in terms of, is your mind already at the next game, or are you second half of this game?
Well, I think now you're going through some patterns of play, practicing some moves, getting yourself ready for the next game, and of course having some fun.
Oh, big tackle there. So the one advantage I think the Singapore team does have is probably. He's changed allegiances for a little bit.
Changed shirts. Obviously wanted to play for a winning side.
Oh, a little show and go. Look at that. It's wonderful. So there you go. Singapore have got 4 men in that ruck there, with Daveta having 1. David Gull there, number 1, playing prop. He's pushing through. And here, the big man
look at that
carried there.
Beautiful inside ball from the prop there. Probably the best pass of his life.
David Gull, yet again with the ball, big ball carrier for this game.
Someone's told the big boy there's some pies on the try line.
They've got the eyes on the try line.
There's some pies.
Oh, sorry, the eyes. There is Ollie Smith walking back there with the blue socks on, the white boots, having a
legend of Leicester rugby.
Just a legend, putting his socks up, rolling back down again. Half time it is, and the score at half time is 29 points to Daveta TRC All-Stars, 0 points to the Singapore Select.
So the Daveta All-Stars is a mixture of the Daveta Fijian team, some of the TLC Islander boys who are the sort of under 17s, under 18s, and the All-Stars, Drew Mitchell, Ollie Smith, Peter Playford, etc. So it's a mixed up team. They've not played together before, but clearly the talent is showing through.
Have you ever had that problem, Julian?
What, talent showing through?
Yes.
Well, it's something I have to suppress on a regular basis. I don't like to show off, as you know.
You do that so well, and so regularly as well.
Yes, thank you.
So as we were saying earlier, we've got Ollie Smith that's playing for the Daveta Stars, played for Harlequins, Montpellier and Tigers, born in 1982, so he's 6 years younger than I am. And he's looking,
I mean, we look a similar age, but we're not.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think he's put a little bit of weight on, maybe since he finished playing. The one thing that Ollie, one thing I would say, Ollie Smith and I have got something in common, that he actually managed Isha. I used to play at Isha a long time ago, but he's managed had a short career of managing Isha. But of course, his highlight would have been playing against New Zealand in the Lions Test in 2005.
I'm not sure that was the highlight, mate.
Maybe
that was a bad tour.
Well, maybe Isha was the highlight, to be fair. But 5 caps for England as well.
Can't argue that. He was a shining star at one point before the injury kicked in.
It's quite a lot of young boys running around behind us here with rugby balls,
Monty,
having good fun. So we're joined here by one of the local under-8 superstars, Monty Hare. He's been watching the game vividly. Monty, what do you think about the rugby here?
Good.
What do you think is the best thing? You were playing the Padang last weekend for the TRC under-8s. What would you say is the highlight of the game so far? Daveta scoring all the tries. 29-0 already, Daveta.
I think.
Monty, do you think Daveta have modelled their play on the TRC under-8s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I can see the same patterns.
Great insights there from Monty here. Thank you for joining us at the commentary box. A little bit of a knock on there from Daveta, very unusual.
Gollings and Mitchell both on for Daveta currently. Drew Mitchell there, number 10 on his back, Wallabies legend. Now Fox Sport commentator.
I think his commentary career might be under threat with the two of us this afternoon.
Well, it's a good point, mate. It's a very good point.
We'll have to return back to something else.
Let's just hope Fox Sports isn't listening.
Let's hope they're not.
For all our sakes.
Oh, almost lovely little breakthrough there. A nice placing the ball back. Picked up by Robbie Ria. The breakdown there.
Wild claims manager by day, Singapore rugby legend by night.
David Gold at the breakdown there. She protects the ball for Singapore.
Touch high to me, but got away with it. Mitchell.
They're going down. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of players here in the blind side.
Not much arm.
Look, kick through. Can they chase? And no, too far.
There we go. Be a quick one here.
Matata Toga there with his ball, kicking through.
Pressure. No.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, never by the dummy. Always.
And there we go, a little goose step. Lorenz is chasing, Lorenz gets.
Lesson for kids watching everywhere.
And that's Josiah Nwoka scoring the try there for the Daveta TRC All-Stars, which takes the score now to 34 points to 0.
Another one waving to his mum after a try. Must be a Daveta thing.
Maybe it's a mummy thing. And that looked like a conversion to me. So it's about 32 degrees here and about 70% humidity in Singapore this afternoon. We're all having a lovely afternoon. The Singapore Cricket Club here, hosting us at the Padang, have got a barbecue on the go. They've got burgers and hot dogs for sale, but more importantly, they've also got beers that are flowing.
The beers are cold, mate. The beers are cold.
Are cold.
I thought you were playing. I was looking for in the field. I said, where is he?
There we go, back to the Daveta All-Stars again. Oh, Charlie Ozzo just trying to grab the ball there. Thought he thought he was through. You can see the big prop. Charlie Ozzo with the tackle there, number 30. He's covered that. He covered that ball well, almost from a try. Oh, and there we go.
There we go.
No question.
The young Gibbsy scoring a beautiful try for a prop. Again, another 80-metre run.
That was at least 80, with maybe a couple of laps of the track beforehand.
Yeah.
But watch this tackle from Charlie Osley there. He was breaking through a second ago, almost tried to get a try, then he was back and covering. The hearts are thumping, the chest is beating. They're trying to get some breath back. Second game of the day for the Singapore team.
Second and last.
And the last game, exactly.
They'll have a beer after this, which they'll mightily enjoy, I'm sure.
I would argue, Julian, that watching the performance, they may have already had a couple of beers.
Well, you could say that. That would be not far from the truth.
So Daveta back on the attack again. Almost halfway through the second half, so 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. 41 points to 0. As Daveta pass it, they've got the wing there as well. They've got plenty of space.
Finding space wherever they
look.
Oh,
and Robbie, there's a great tackle by Robbie there, number 19. Ball's broken free. It's now back into the Singapore team. A little bit of loose ball, but the referees decided there's been a little bit of a challenge there. Has brought it back for the penalty.
His arms out again. Nice little nudge.
Singapore go back, take the penalty for the high tackle.
The quick tap and go and the jog into contact. Laurent's putting some pace on the ball. Oh, nice
and a knock on. Oh, there we go. Is that a knock on?
There we go. That was a good rip. He's on his feet.
I think the Daveta boys are getting tired now. And the Singapore strength is showing through.
Tony Franco there being very strict with the rules. A bit like Jerome Gull says at the weekend, but let's not talk about that.
Tony Franco, one of the best referees we have in the Asia Pacific region, if not the world.
Marginally lost out in the World Cup final.
Just.
There's only like 312 referees ahead of him.
I think he lost his tickets for his flight. It's the big man there. Look at number 29. Wouldn't really want to be facing him in the rucks there. Talking of which, a slow ruck to form and a knock on from Singapore. Was it a legal play again?
Continual penalty.
So it's interesting. Interesting to see Daveta under pressure, and they keep giving away the penalties there. Drew Mitchell.
And prop kicks it.
Lordy Lord, we haven't seen rugby like this for a long time. No, this is when
the prop kicked it well.
This is when No, the prop decided to stop running and let his colleagues play.
I can tell you one thing and nothing, the prop will claim that try.
That was a props try. The inspired kick from their own 22.
Another one waving to his mum.
There's actually quite a few good-looking ladies on the touchline that I saw there. Maybe it's not the mum they're waving at, it's one of the good-looking ladies.
The fan club.
The fan club.
That's a good point, because it will be the fan club.
I think have you ever been known to wave to the ladies after scoring a try, Julian?
Maybe my fan club has been minimal over the years.
Is that because you haven't scored many tries?
Mate, that's harsh. That hurts.
Well, the truth sometimes does.
The last try I scored was 1997.
Which is before half these people that are playing currently are actually born, so... Yeah. Oh, lovely little tap through there from Singapore, taking advantage. Been cleared out. Nice offload from the big man, keeping the ball alive. Oh, what a tackle!
That went
what
backwards.
a tackle!
Sit down. Rance tries to find some space.
Takes him into touch. Oh no, he's managed to rescue the ball.
Can he keep it alive or not?
Here we go, Singapore back on the attack again. Back on the attack. David Gull there in the middle.
The advantage
nice offload, nice pop up there. Up to Robbie here. Gets tackled. Big clear out there. Fantastic clear out. Well done. That's probably the best opportunity of the day. Just gone.
Hands like feet.
And Tony brings it back for a scrum. You can see the Singapore heads are starting to drop a little bit here. A hot afternoon.
Safe to say that the Singapore team is only halfway through its conditioning program.
50 points to 0. Wouldn't we all love to see one Singapore's try just to finish the game off in the last 2 minutes? So let's see if they can take advantage of this scrum here. Tony's got his arm in the air again. He's sponsored by Right Guard today, the deodorant. David Gull pushing through there, doing exceptionally well, recycling the ball. The last 90 seconds of the game. Oh, the little switch there, the dummy.
And he's going
to go through.
Oh, it's a lovely
oh, wonderful. Wonderful champagne rugby from the Singapore team.
Beautiful finish of the game.
Julian, you've watched a lot of that sort of champagne rugby, but never played any. Why would that be?
Well, you say that. I kind of feel I've orchestrated most of those champagne moments in my time.
That's because you buy the champagne.
An actual champagne, yes.
Talking of which, how's the Heineken going down?
Very well.
Just to be absolutely transparent, we're not sponsored by Heineken or champagne, regrettably.
But
we're very much open to offers.
We're open to offers. Okay, final score, Andrew?
That final score is 50 points to a magnificent 5 from Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching with us. We'll be passing across shortly to some new commentary teams, which will be commentating on the Dulwich under-14s team versus TRC under-14s, both teams of which our friend Alex Nicholson represented before his sad loss. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the afternoon and the heat here in Singapore. Go and grab a beer from the fridge and we'll be back with you shortly. All the best.
Okay, welcome all to this AN Memorial game between the Dulwich Singapore under-14s and the TRC under-14s. There we have the kickoff, being refereed capably by Mr. Ian Gamble.
Beautiful day for it, really nice. Haze has subsided somewhat, boys straight into it from the off.
Looking like excellent rucking from the TRC. Clearly want to keep their own ball, putting lots of numbers in there.
Not committing too many men to the ruck from the Dulwich side. Obviously scouted that ahead of time.
Yeah, looking to fan out and just defend well. See how it pans out for them. Oh, penalty there, not rolling away. TRC tapping and going quickly.
Giving it to the big man up front. Great little tackle there. Tom, one of the big tacklers in the team.
Pounced on it.
Nicely done.
First chance for Dulwich to attack. Let's see what they've got. Moving it wide early, like the endeavour.
Jem Martel there. Oh, showed it, gave it a
can
go.
he present?
Is he going to get round? Lovely. Ball's recycled nicely. Great bit of counter rucking there.
Oh, good yards made there.
Brody Tempest hit the line. Ball's gone backwards, but oh no,
ball.
ball has got, the referee has said
knock on advantage
knock
there. Scrum down, TRC. First chance to have a look at these two packs.
Going to be interesting by the looks of it. Does look like they've got a bit more weight behind them.
It's not about weight though, it's all about technique.
Completely agree. If my career is anything to go by, definitely it was more weight than technique.
Well, good platform there for TRC. Here we go.
Dulwich rising there early. Oh, again. Referee with some difficult, Ian Gamble with some difficult decisions to make.
So ball back.
I think he's tilling him back.
Ball back in Dulwich's hands.
Lovely little run, Sonny Martel there. Really picking apart the fringes.
Great delivery from Tejas Thorpe to Brody. Good presentation. Oh, we've got to look after that ball there, I think, on the floor. Ryan recovers well. Ooh, TRC really looking to get hands on the ball there at the ruck.
Dulwich not really looking like they're going anywhere.
And they recover. It's got all the markers of a big occasion game, this one. There's a couple of mistakes, few bits of scrappy play. Everyone just letting their nerves settle.
Well, I was going to say, do you think there's a little bit of nerves out on the Padang today? Beautiful little run. Open that gap, open the legs up. Nicely done. And one more for Winkler. Ian Winkler's going to open it up. Going to open it up. Go on. Winkler for the score. Excellent.
Try there, Dulwich. Ian Winkler down the side. Lovely offload from Oscar McQueen there to get him out in space there too. Fantastic play. I think that was Tom Moore coming flying through in midfield to make that initial break.
Really underrated work there from Sochi out on the wing. Drew the man, kept the man all the time working, gave him something to think about. Swapped inside once Winkler had made the move.
And that's Oscar McQueen on the conversion, just pushing that wide. So 5-0 to Dulwich.
Anyway, going back to our previous point, just before that, I think there's a little bit of nerves out on the Padang. Big crowd here, boys not 100% used to playing in front of such numbers. Could be a tricky one.
It could be great strength from Winkler there, just to hold off those tackles and get in for the try.
Ian Winkler, who actually has played rugby at quite a high level abroad in Europe, and has actually recently come back from a tour of Italy, where his local club team
TRC going quickly. I have to interrupt you there. Right, TRC straight back on the attack. Lovely kick-off. Got up there to disrupt, and now have the ball back in their hands. See what they can do with it.
Oh, Sonny Martel, great bit of disruptive work there.
Yeah, it's just great first stab, but they went back in when the ruck had formed. Can't go back in there and shove your hands in once the ruck's formed. Okay, just looking to make a few substitutions for TRC. Wholesale changes by the looks of things. Lots of numbers coming on and off.
Keeping it fresh, I think we can see there. Going to go and take it to the corner.
Going to play for yards, sensible play. Keep the pressure on. Looks like they made great yardage there as well, right down inside the 22.
Interesting to see where this first line out happens. If what you're going to see really here, the special teams try and work their magic.
Little NFL reference for those of you who didn't pick that one up. So TRC with the throw in here. Solid lift. Oh, just overthrown. Dulwich coming away with the ball now.
Where they were not putting many people into the ruck before, Dulwich panicking in their own 22 and trying to now playing out beautifully though.
Great endeavour from Dulwich, really looking to run from anywhere. Excellent offload from Oscar McQueen. Looked very, very flat that one, but might just be all right. Oh, unlucky little knock on from Ted Short there.
In the loose, Dulwich do look dangerous in the loose. Absolutely got the players for the ball there.
You've got to love that endeavour to play from your own 22. Great day for rugby. Nice when the kids look to run it.
Definitely TRC. Those boys aren't just here to make up the numbers though. That defence in order to be able to get back was really something nice.
Okay, so it looked like TRC were on the front foot in the scrum last time. Let's see how this goes now.
Interesting to see in the first scrum we saw TRC take control the actual forwards for Dulwich again, too high up, and TRC have come away with that ball.
Oh, great chop tackle there. Tejas Thorpe always tackles like a man twice his size.
Coming back for the initial penalty against Dulwich.
Can't quite tell what the referee's signalling there. I would guess that was an offside.
Communication not usually Ian Gamble's strong point. Balls loose again. Oh, look at that drive from Benson. Oh, outstanding.
TRC, good rangy ball runners here. Need to keep getting in their hands and getting them moving forwards.
Again, great work from Dulwich. Little rush defence. Oh, but this time penalised for it.
Again, worth noting in this game that a lot of the Dulwich players do actually also play for TRC. So TRC coping with being slightly under strength with this because I think all of the Dulwich players are playing on the Dulwich side. So certainly a few of those excellent Dulwich players do at the weekend suit up for TRC.
TRC really looking to attack, well they were for about 2-3 phases then, really draw them in around the fringes and then try and spread it out wide. That tactic has got them up the field this time, a little turnover ball
another
there.
Steal. Oh, no.
Almost saw the old Bambi legs from Ian Winkler there.
Turnover was good, just a little knock on, unlucky. Always frustrating when you manage to nick the ball and then you turn it straight back over with the knock on. Great attacking position for TRC here. Let's see what they can do.
Going to be interesting whether they go short side or whether they try and play a bit more expansively, try and draw out, or try and draw across the wingers from Dulwich.
Yeah. It's a nice position to go short side, but always difficult when the short side's on the left.
Lovely overwrap.
In the way.
Lovely overwrap there.
Knock on. Dulwich again looking to attack from deep. What can they manage here? Oh, and on the break, TRC coming through here.
Great little tackle. Oh, great hands in. Yes, well done. Excellent work from Dulwich there.
That's excellent reaction there from Ben Commissaris.
Ben Commissaris, excellent there. Really good at just getting in. That body position was perfect. Hands on the ball, forcing that.
Great attempt at TRC to hold on to that ball, but just couldn't quite match Commissaris' speed to the ball there.
Lovely from Hamish there. Found touch, really solid, giving his team a platform to get out of the danger area. Just see Sam lurking in there. He's looking for it to come the short side if it needs it.
So another messy line-out. These lads obviously quite new to lifting in the line-outs. It's pretty much the first age group that they'll be doing that. Oh, Theo Batchelor there with a
Great
good run.
Tackle there, great that tackle. TRC boys are not scared about dropping a shoulder.
And Luke Delahunty again, lots of good yards.
Oh, this got to ask questions of the referee there. Thank you. He's giving it for diving off his legs.
Penalty there, yeah, off his feet. Love to see the referee just give us a little bit of a higher arm on those penalties there, so we can tell.
Oh, we seem to have a couple
really
of
well
people
fought
down.
ruck here. Now TRC on the attack. Excellent yards there, but ball.
Oh,
then
Hamish
on the
though,
ball
great
again.
hands in if
really
you can get
fast
that
on the
in.
ball. No, coming back TRC's side. Well played them.
Turnover ball, surely that's got to be. I think Dulwich have won it their side. Oh, but again,
That defensive pressure from Dulwich really telling there. Pushing so hard at TRC, very difficult for them to have any time on the ball.
If I'm honest, in the first opening section of this game, scrums have not been Dulwich's forte. We've not really won it. They're way too high. It's something they don't really want to engage with. But I imagine quick ball from Hamish here is going to see a lot more expansive play from there.
Yeah, first scrum for Dulwich. Let's see how they handle it. Oh, really, really getting the pressure put on them there.
It's going to be down to Mr. Gamble in order to make sure that he can referee this properly, make sure it's safe but at the same time competitive.
Safety first, Mr. Manieri, safety first.
Always, always. Charlie Jowett-York there out on the wing, waiting for that ball. Ooh, Charlie, I know for a fact's got a bit of pace on him.
Just rushed that put it on his prop's foot and has just rolled it back into TRC's
Lovely
hands.
there from Tom Moore. Really good work from Tom Moore. He stopped that from being quite a dangerous position there. Back out again. Lovely.
Oh, great reaction, pouncing on the turnover ball again.
Brodie Tempest, just strong, strength all day long. It's all gone backwards. Going to try and run it out.
Bennett, lovely hands there. Oh, can they take it back in field now? Yeah, well kept in field.
Benson, another man, short in stature but big in heart.
And there we go.
And that's it.
That's the game.
Great game. Well done to both teams. Dulwich victorious, 5-0.
The under-14s from Dulwich and TRC, if you could go to the training fields for your team photographs, please. To the training fields, if you could jog it up. Coaches, if you could help get your boys off the field, as we now have the final game of the evening between Daveta and TRC All-Stars Sri Lanka. Boys, if you could jog up, please, to the training field for your photographs. Coaches, please, if you could take them off. We are moments away from the final match in this memorial tournament between Daveta and TRC All-Stars Sri Lanka. So the teams will get ready to move onto the field. Referees, if you're ready. ARs, if you are ready.
This year, history will be written by the pride of our nation, by the pride in our hooker, the pride in our backs, and the pride in our props. This year, history is for the brave, for the warriors, and for the proud. We are proud, with pride in our wing, and pride in our captain. This year, our pride will make history. Welcome to our home.
I'll run the line till the boys have had their photograph, and I'll get Hopey to do the other one, but then when the boys come back, they'll figure it out. Don't worry, you just wait for the players. Nellie's referee. You better announce Nellie, you'll get upset.
The referee for the final game is Mark Nelligan. And we have Daveta playing in blue with some guest players. And we have the TRC All-Stars with Sri Lanka in green and white boots.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game for this afternoon. You're joining us for the Daveta TRC All-Stars versus the Sri Lanka game. This is a game of two halves of 12 minutes each with a 2-minute half time.
Two undefeated sides so far today, going head to head.
This is the final for this afternoon. We've seen a very brave Singapore team taking on both these teams so far. Unfortunately, Singapore weren't able to win against either of them. But the Daveta All-Stars with the TRC All-Stars look like they're going to be a strong team to contend here for Sri Lanka. But Sri Lanka have been playing together as a team for a long time now.
Playing together for a while. The Daveta team is a mixture of Daveta plus some TRC old boys plus some ex-professionals. So they're not a regular team, but they do have power, they do have pace. Sri Lanka, rather, they look for the spaces, they look for the width, they look to get speed on the ball, so it'll be an interesting clash.
So Sri Lanka playing here in the green and white hoops, about to kick off to the Daveta and TRC team receiving. Well taken there.
It's Peter Drew Mitchell.
Drew Mitchell, Australian international, played multiple caps as on the wing.
Ben Gollings distributing as he does in sevens.
So that's beautiful. Hand to hand.
Hand to hand. Little step on the outside, but good defence. Good defence.
Those are pretty big hits. I think he'll be. The Sri Lankan player will be rolling around for a few days after that.
And Daveta there.
Drew Mitchell.
Oh, knock on by Drew. But you see there, the Daveta. They cherish the ball, they move backwards to keep possession. Didn't quite work out. You can see that they're looking to keep hold of the ball whenever possible.
It's amazing to see these international superstars giving up their time to come and represent the teams here on behalf of the Nicholson Family Memorial Trust. Obviously a fundraising event we're hosting here, and fantastic to see the Sri Lanka team representing the Sri Lanka nation following the bombings on Easter Sunday and the sad loss of multiple families, but more importantly for this afternoon, the Nicholson Foundation, remembering their mother Anita, the children Alex and Annabel in this game. So fantastic to see Sri Lanka here. So Sri Lanka forming an attack here, looking to get.
It's a good step. Looking for space as they've done in their previous game. Great try, Sri Lanka.
Oh no, beautiful pass to his teammate there, who obviously hasn't scored a try yet, but gets a chance to give a salute to the crowd and his teammates, and might give a little wave to the beautiful ladies on the touchline in a moment or two. So we're joined here by a couple of the under-8s TRC superstars. So far, we're currently 2 minutes into the game. Boys, what do you think of the action so far?
I think it's amazing.
And what's your name, sorry?
Monty.
Monty Hare from the, and your name is?
Wilbur.
Monty and Wilbur from the under-8s here. TRC under-8s. You're live on air. You think this game's amazing. What do you think is particularly amazing about it, boys?
How they're passing a lot.
Thank you very much. Great insight. Wilbur, what do you think?
How much they're tackling.
So when you boys are behind, losing one try down at this early in the game, what goes through your mind? What do you think about in terms of reinforcing and challenging and getting more in the attack?
To try to pass so then you can get through and score a try.
That's great. There's a big hit.
Big hit. Hospital pass there for the poor Sri Lankan.
So Julian, it's not often that you've been giving big hits, but you've also been the receiving end of them.
I've taken a few hospital passes,
mainly doesn't surprise me. Oh well, there's hospital passes, but I like to crate you for the big hits from all the opposition. You've often gone down like a sack of potatoes.
I like to go down, as you know.
Yeah. He's up on his feet again, looking to. Is he going to come off? No, he's fine. He's fine. Just a little bit. The magic sponge that we all grew up with, a little bit of an ice bottle of water, and maybe a.
What I like to know, Andrew, what I'd like, what's happened to the orange? The half-time orange has disappeared.
I think
that used to be all you got.
Well, at half-time we used to squeeze limes in our eyes when I was playing rugby.
Well, that was only on tour, mate. That was only on tour.
Exactly. That's all I ever played rugby on. Big, strong Daveta team here. Of course, Daveta made up with internationals from Fiji, Olympic gold-winning medalists. Drew Mitchell looking to get the ball there, complaining to the referee.
Drew, cheeky little knock-on, but it made it look like a penalty from the other side.
Drew with a quick tap there, being brought back by the referee. He wasn't on the mark.
Nelly making sure they're on the mark.
Nelly, another fantastic international referee. Particularly likes the pink shirt on a day like today. And he's been taken to ground there, recycling the ball through the ruck. And let's watch Daveta pass it from wing to wing here. Oh, they're going to break through the middle. Goes straight down, beautiful recycling, and the ball comes back out. Drew Mitchell passing out to the centres. Oh, and Sri Lanka's right in the middle of it.
Quick second go from JG.
So a
tight game so far.
7-0.
Both defences working well. Both teams looking for space.
Drew Mitchell there. The ball.
Drew hoping to draw someone in, but didn't do it. Knock on, no advantage.
So this is definitely the closest game we've seen so far. Definitely the closest game we've seen so far. 7-0, just halfway through the first half here. Sri Lanka looking a little bit on the back foot, but Daveta would definitely be buoyed by their last performance against Sri Lanka, Julian. I mean, again, the Sri Lanka team, they've had probably about an hour's break in between games. Do you think that having a long break in between games can sometimes work to your advantage or disadvantage?
Well, sometimes it can work to disadvantage, but I think in the first game the Sri Lankans are focused. They're young, they're fit, they're used to the heat. The Daveta team, well, the Daveta players are very good, but they've got some other players in with them, so their normal patterns of play are disrupted.
As that ball rolls slowly down the tarpaulin there. But as we were talking about earlier, Julian, fantastic to see the Sri Lanka team have made the effort to come back again and come and join this testimonial game in the memory of the Nicholson family.
Yeah, Sri Lanka is a very important part of the Nicholson Memorial Fund. Obviously, the site of the tragedy, and as the fund, we're looking at projects in Sri Lanka to use the money because we recognise that there are other people that suffered there, the Sri Lankan public suffered as a whole, and we want to give back in some way.
And Sri Lanka, they're certainly putting their nation to certainly serving them proud today. Very, very attacking rugby against a very strong Daveta TRC team.
Well, certainly the Daveta players will be watching this game with interest because they'll probably come across these guys in the SCC Sevens this weekend.
And that will be a magnificent weekend of rugby with 12 teams from across the world coming to represent, from New Zealand, from Australia, from France, from Sri Lanka, Fiji.
Turn the pace.
And the other thing we noticed along the touch lines here, Julian, is that we have some very young touch judges that are also trained to become professional referees. A young gentleman just in your line of sight there. Wonderful to see that.
Joe Bettridge there with the pink shirt as the assistant referee. He's in the under-14s at TRC and part of the referee programme.
Wonderful to see young people coming in through the referee programme here in Singapore as a real encouragement to get more and more people involved. So we have a scrum here, as always with 10s rugby. It's only 5 men in the scrum. We need to keep the ball quite live. Beautiful footwork there from the scrum half.
Messi would be happy with that.
Can you spell Messi's surname, Julian?
No.
You spell
Lionel, not Lionel.
You're Your language skills never fail to amuse me.
I am a cunning linguist.
That has been said before, Mr. Bond.
Oh,
let's try. There we go. Beautiful try. I think cunning being the operative word there. So we have got 3 minutes left of the first half here. It's 7 points to 5. Sri Lanka in the advantage. We're seeing some wonderful running rugby this afternoon, and that's one of the beauties about 10s versus the 15s game, Julian.
Well, there's a bit more space on the pitch.
Sure.
That space promotes moving the ball around, running into space, much faster game, but not quite as knackering as 7s.
And of course, it's still the full-size pitch as well, so there's as you say, there's plenty of space. But keeping that ball alive, much like 7s, keeping the ball alive is absolutely critical, isn't it? You don't want to tie too many men. Possession, absolutely.
You want possession because you want control of it. Because defending is very difficult.
It is indeed. So Daveta is kicking off. Back to the Sri Lankan team, who gather it nicely, creating some nice flowing rugby. Daveta TRC remaining flat, being very competitive in their defence. Not releasing the ball gives an advantage through the penalty to Sri Lanka. So just under 2 minutes left of the first half. 7 points to Sri Lanka, 5 points to Daveta TRC. I'm sure everybody's going to be looking forward to a quick break. Probably no oranges, as you said, but a quick break over the half-time.
We should discuss the demise of the half-time orange, I think.
We could do that at half-time. Probably half the team will be having a cigarette at that point to get their breath back. Daveta regaining the game there.
We should also discuss the demise of the half-time sherry.
Nothing like a sherry at half-time. A forward pass there with just 1 minute to go. Gives the scrum back to the advantage of the Sri Lankan team. We're joined here by one of the players this afternoon. This is Lily Hare. She represented the TRC under-12s girls touch against the Dulwich College under-12 touch girls. How was your game this afternoon?
Good, thank you.
So, what was the final score? Do you remember the score, or was it just a lot of fun, just in memory of your friends?
It was really fun. If I can remember, I think it was 3-0. I'm not entirely sure.
Congratulations, good game, and obviously a privilege to be playing on the Padang, one of the most beautiful parts of the Singapore landscape.
Yeah, the pitch is really nice, and it was like really fun, so it was great.
And you've been playing here over the course of the weekend. You had the SEC Sevens warm-up games on Friday evening. Was that cool?
Yeah, it was good. I think we played around 6 games, and it was just a really fun experience overall. So.
And in fact, your teammates are through to the cup final that's taking place this weekend, during the actual Open Sevens this weekend.
Yeah, they're playing against SEC on Sunday, so I think that'll be a great game to watch.
So as you watch the Sri Lankan team here, just knocking the ball through, but Daveta taking control of the ball again there. Lily, you're a touch superstar. Would you ever consider playing contact?
I have. It looks really fun, and it looks fun to like tackle people and to get the ball and just to run, and yeah, it looks fun. I would consider it.
And competing here, as you can see, the boys all stopping there for half-time. Hot, it's humid, they're sweating, they need a drink, they need some air. How does it feel to play here in Singapore when it's just so hot?
It's good. I mean, everyone ends up really, really sweaty, but it's good. It's fun.
What do you find is the best way to rehydrate?
To drink lots of water and just to splash yourself every so often.
Heineken? Is Heineken okay?
No, just water.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, thank you very much, Lily here. Good to see you as always. Keep up the good work.
So half-time score remains at 7-5.
7-5 it is.
To Sri Lanka. So, Andrew,
yes.
the demise of the half-time orange.
Well, I think there was part of what I look forward to the most of playing rugby was actually the orange at half time, but I found it difficult to only have one slice of orange.
I can tell. You find it hard to have one slice of anything as far as I can see.
That's been said before. Thank you. And in fact, I like a full orange to myself. How about yourself, Gene? What do you miss most about playing the highest level of Hong Kong rugby?
Well, it's a very good question. There's many things I miss.
Can we keep it clean?
No. I'll be quiet then. No, the half-time orange, I think, is very important. Because it's full of vitamin C as well, which is an important nutrient.
Well, there's the half-time oranges.
Water or Gatorade or
yeah, the high fives.
Drinks. Where's the natural? Where's the natural ingredients?
Well, the natural ingredients tend to come through Crossroads beer, one of the best beers in Singapore and Asia. Anyone who wants a Crossroads beer, let Jim Kellett at Singapore know, and he'll be happy to provide. The other part that I also miss about rugby is it was your turn to wash all the jerseys after a game, particularly in the middle of the winter.
Well, I should not admit this in front of the 5 million viewers that we have, but I once kept my kit in the back of my car for an entire season without washing it. It was revolting.
And that was only
by the end of the year.
That was in 2018. And that's even with the home help that you so happily oblige yourself of here in Singapore.
Of course, like any decent 30-year-old at the time, when I did get the kit to wash, I took it to my mum.
Well, she's a very lucky lady, your mum. And we've kicked off again. Here we are. Daveta are now in the attack after kick-off. Sri Lanka regain the ball. Passing out to the wings here, passing out to the centres. Oh, and being pushed back into the dead ball zone. Fantastic strength there by Daveta.
Yeah, good defence there, good pressure.
So I think Daveta are going to be coming out here to look to try and beat the Sri Lankan team. They've got a big opportunity this weekend. They want to try and force themselves on, show the domination early in the week. That is a great example, Julian.
Yeah, sort of reminds me of a game I played once.
Did you actually play, or were you on the bench?
No, I was watching it.
That scrum that's starting to get loose there. He's trying to kick his leg through. Ben Golding's there. England international sevens player. To Drew Mitchell. Drew Mitchell's pushing through. Ben Golding's back at scrum half.
Daveta trying to turn on the power.
And when they do, they look immense. The Sri Lankan team.
Wide ball now. Wide ball. There we go.
Great try in the corner. Going and saying hello to the ambulance staff, making sure that they're okay. Probably sign a few signatures when he's across there. Hopefully there was nobody on the ground behind the padding there getting their knees sorted. Wow. That could have been quite embarrassing. The Sri Lanka team aren't small. We've met them up close and personal, and they're quite a big bunch of boys. And the Daveta boys themselves, strong, eager, enthusiastic. Ben Golding's here taking the conversion. Just misses out, a little bit short. Sprinting back, eager to get the next try. So it's 10 points to 7 to the benefit of Daveta TRC. Drew Mitchell with a big tackle there.
Oh,
good pressure by Daveta.
I think Sri Lanka looking for space too early there. Got to do the hard yards first.
So big thanks to the Singapore Cricket Club for hosting the event today. As we know, it's a fundraising event, an opportunity to remember friends lost in Sri Lanka, the Nicholson Family Memorial Trust. But the grounds here, Julian, for the SEC Sevens, they're always perfectly laid out. You can see the grass under the feet there, beautiful grass. Really good groundsmanship here that makes this event such a special one for Singapore.
Yeah, look, it's a fantastic pitch, fantastic grounds, especially when you consider what it goes through. Only 3 months ago, it was completely tarmacked over the Singapore National Day, but then recovered by a few days to then host it's pristine grass, yes, EC7, so done a magnificent job.
Well done, Singapore Cricket Club. So the advantage has been given there to Sri Lanka through the scrum. Daveta retracing 10 metres back.
There's young Joe Bettridge there doing a fantastic linesman's job. Got his flag raised nice and high, arm in the right direction.
Nicely taken line up, well executed.
Oh, it's good pressure there, good defence. So it's noticeable this half that Daveta are putting an extra man into that ruck area.
So he kicks out nicely there. The young linesman showing their point with the line out. We go back to an infringement back at the 10 metre line for Sri Lanka. So they get an opportunity to kick it a little bit further out, take a bit more advantage. Sri Lanka currently trailing 7 points to 10, so we'll be looking for all the advantages they can get with only 7 minutes remaining of the final half.
Another TRC under 14 is the assistant referee on the other side.
And for those of you watching here in Singapore, I'd certainly encourage you to come down here for the weekend to watch the SEC Sevens. Wonderful displays of rugby, flowing rugby all weekend. Plenty of food and beverage options for all the family to have a great afternoon, great weekend here at the Padang. Ben Golin's making good recovery there. Looking sure he recovers that ball. Going to have a 22 dropout.
And Sri Lanka getting. It's a little bit desperate. They're trying to go wide a little bit too early, not tying in the Daveta defence.
Oh, looking dangerous there. Oh, live ball bouncing around. Ben Golin's in control there, passing through to the centres, getting out to the wings. Oh, needs a bit of acceleration. And there we go, strong running.
Good tackle.
However, kept hold of the ball too long, and it's now a penalty to Sri Lanka.
Got a kick for the corner from here, get position.
And the last 5 minutes of the game.
Keep the pressure going.
Wonderful to see such a great turnout of supporters of rugby from schools, from colleges, from all around Singapore this afternoon.
I think at last count the attendance today is about 37,000, so that's magnificent.
I think that's the only larger audience we've got is actually online right now.
Yeah, 5 million so far.
That's what
Thank you all for tuning in.
If we believe the stats, that sounds good. Andrew Hare, Junior Wallace, available for other public events anytime in the future.
Well, it's a shame that Sri Lanka didn't quite make best use of that line out, and now he's gone.
Now that
You've
is
got
pace.
Pace like that, you're always going to call. I was waiting to his mum again.
That is pace. That's pace that you've never had, Julian. I mean, admittedly, I don't think you've ever run that fast, have you?
In my day,
yes,
as a marauding inside centre, I think you'd find I was moderately quick.
Moderately quick. I think the difference maybe was that you waved to your mum halfway through the run rather than actually when you scored a try.
Yeah, I was waving for her, to her for help.
Yeah, that's right. But as always, you're beyond help. just wide of the post there from the conversion opportunity by Ben Goldings. Ben Goldings, international superstar, highest cap sevens player, played for England, and an absolute gentleman, it has to be said.
He does coaching in Singapore as well.
That's right, he does now.
Is it with Dulwich or with one of the clubs?
I think he's involved with some of the clubs here, but as always he'll get involved with schools when he can.
And an HSBC ambassador.
Indeed, and Singapore is actually home to a number of ex-internationals. We've got Neil Best that's here as well, as we talked about earlier.
Julian Wallace.
I think William Wallace. Braveheart, Freedom, and all good. So we're in the closing 3 minutes of this enthralling game. It's the final of the Nicholson Family Memorial 10s. The absolute conclusion to this afternoon's rugby before the fun and games start with the charity auction and beautiful hands. And if we could move the flags and move the people, we'd better tell if that was a try or not.
Matt Power there.
Young Matt Power, that's right.
The assistant referee's jersey at the back. He's just come back from a month rugby camp in New Zealand.
In New Zealand, that's right. And it looks like the try was awarded. They're coming back for the conversion, which takes the score now to 20 points for Daveta TRC All-Stars and 7 points for Sri Lanka. So Julian, this will be a real wake-up call for Sri Lanka as they think about going into the game, particularly given that TRC Daveta All-Stars are a newly formed team as of this afternoon.
Yeah, well, it'll be a lesson for them. They'll know what to expect at the weekend, but they'll have a different prospect at the weekend with a full-strength Daveta team.
Indeed, Daveta looking very strong with the talent of TRC being added in. But Julian, if you were the captain of the Sri Lankan team right now, what would you be thinking in terms of what's the end of game talk to get really refocused?
Well, I think they've rushed a few things. They've been a bit anxious. I think they just need to keep the composure, work through the phases, and not go wide too early. They're very good out wide,
Indeed.
But don't go wide too early. They've got to earn the space.
As we said earlier, the beauty of 10s rugby is that it's always going to be live, exciting, fast and rapid. We're certainly seeing that again this afternoon, but there has been a number of stops and starts through scrummaging and knock-ons and the like. But we're in the final minute of this game. It's been wonderful for you to join us this afternoon. Thank you for taking the time. And we may have one more try in for Daveta here. Already leading 20 points to 7, looking aggressive, wanted to make the point, wants to get the final scores.
Guy in orange boots. He must be quick because he's got orange boots on.
You never had orange boots, which is probably why you went very quick.
I did, but strangely it didn't help.
You was a full leather boots with weights. Did you have the metal toe caps when you were playing?
I had metal toe caps.
Yeah, that's compulsory.
They went up to the ankle, my boots, with
the metal toe caps.
7-inch metal studs. In the days when you could actually ruck someone.
And you're just talking about your rugby boots. I've seen you in a pair of boots going up to your knees.
I'm just talking about home.
That's your thighs more recently than when you were playing rugby. That's a different story though, and probably not for the crowd this afternoon. The final hits taking in here. Time has gone on. Time has gone. Is it live still for the referee? Yes. The ball hasn't gone dead yet, so it's going to continue on playing. The clock's run out. Sri Lanka in control. They'll be looking for the last flare. Reproving. There we go.
Come on, go. Just go. Put your head down.
The handling with a knock on there.
Good effort. Great try.
But Daveta on the rebound here. They're going to attack back. And he's through. Looks like it could be a final score for Daveta here. Oh, but good defence. Very good
defense,
covering.
Great effort.
And again,
and
a spill.
Fantastic effort by Sri Lanka there to stop that.
Now, Julian, you've knocked on the ball and spilled the ball a number of times in your career. How do you pick yourself up from a spill like that? You're just about to score the final try.
Well, not sure I'm best placed to answer that, having never dropped a ball in my life.
I'm pretty sure we have video evidence. We have video evidence to dispute that. We don't have time to show that today. It's long footage.
Didn't have video in my day, mate.
Some black and white video, maybe. Well, Julian Watts, it's been a pleasure. Look at this Daveta team celebrating. What an outstanding performance. 20 points to 7 for Daveta TRC All-Stars versus Sri Lanka. But what wonderful, glorious rugby we've seen this afternoon.
Glorious rugby, mate. Glorious rugby. And a great testament to the Nicholson Foundation and the Atlas Foundation. And we look forward to the charity dinner later this evening.
Charity dinner. Come and join us there if you'd like to meet the superstars of commentary this evening. Julian Wallace, Andrew Hare. Knowing me, knowing you.
We're out.
SCC Sevens, and that will take place after the photographer has finished his business with our teams. So if you could ask the teams, please, to get themselves together and come to the area just by the subs benches, and we'll get the photographs taken. Now, it is quite a special event, the draw for the SCC Sevens, and that will determine the order of play of the matches next week. And we've invited some guests who will make the draw for the different rounds. Please note that the curry evening will start at 7 and not before. So please do not make your way up to the area because the curry...
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
When you travel with Fiji Airways, you do more than just fly. You harvest food, teach children, tend to patients, keep us moving, and protect our environment. Welcome to our home.
I'mកម្ពុជាបានអោបបានសហការជាមួយអង្គការ11អង្គការនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានបង្ហាត់ក្មេងៗចាប់ពីអាយុ6ឆ្នាំទៅដល់17ឆ្នាំជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយក្មេង600នាក់ដែលមកពីអង្គការផ្សេងៗគ្នាហើយជាពិសេសខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណទៅដល់កម្ពុជាបានអោបដែលបង្កើតកម្មវិធីនេះមកក្មេងដែលខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយ 55% គឺជានារីក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំជានារីម្នាក់នៅក្នុងសមាជិករបស់កម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបខ្ញុំពិតជាសប្បាយចិត្តខ្លាំងណាស់ខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើជាគំរូល្អម្នាក់ដើម្បីដឹកនាំក្មេងៗជាពិសេសនារីឲ្យចូលរួមលេងកីឡារ៉ូប៊ីនេះ
That feels good.
Đây, nhóm chúng tôi ra, hay nhóm mà dụ 23 năm, hay nhóm chưa cụ kỳ là muốn cái bọn nó không ông ca Campuchia bao lâu, nó không một tê Campuchia bỏ nhóm đó vì nơi tam sả lạc khác cứ ở sơ miền sẽ cầm một hiệp kỳ là này, hay vì Campuchia bảo bạ khang một phật mẹp không mấy là phụ trong lên kỳ là, nam mùi tiết đó cứ bây giờ miền không mấy cứ dương ở miền cụ để miền mặt hiệp một hot cô vì bảo bạ mẹp phụ này. Chỉ riêng rồi khai đó, bộ nhóm ban hiệp trongកម្មវិធីប្រកួតសម្រាប់ប្រកួតដើម្បីឲ្យប្រកួតបានលេងជាមួយគ្នាហើយនឹងស្គាល់គ្នា mấy chịច្រើនមកពីតាមអង្គការក្មេងៗដែលមកពីតាមសាលាអន្តរជាតិហើយនឹងក្មេងៗដែលសន្តិមិនល្អក្មេងៗពិការភ្នែកក្មេងៗកូនថ្លង់ពួកគាត់បានលេងជាមួយគ្នាយ៉ាងសប្បាយរីករាយនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃប្រកួតហ្នឹងនេះហើយជាអ្វីដែលកម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបចង់បានពីពួកគាត់ហើយនឹងកម្ពុជាបាល់បានធ្វើសម្រាប់ពួកគាត់
That feels good.
Nhóm chẳng mình phải học every day.
Nhóm sẽ like every day. That feels good. Baby. That feels good. Baby.
Hay chỉ trong cào này nhóm chẳng ai được ở này chui con trâu bộ nhóm hay là những ai chui con trâu bộ nhóm tam ở Facebook của bạn này để sao tụi nhóm bộ nhóm miền Bắc của nhóm hay chẳng tới cứ những ai chui con trâu bạn đời sưu đồng phật ở đây cho bạn ở kun
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
When you travel with Fiji Airways, you do more than just fly. You harvest food, teach children, tend to patients, keep us moving, and protect our environment. Welcome to our home.
Nhómមានឈ្មោះកែវសុកនៅខ្ញុំមានអាយុ21ឆ្នាំកម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបបានសហការជាមួយអង្គការ11អង្គការនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានបង្ហាត់ក្មេងៗចាប់ពីអាយុ6ឆ្នាំទៅដល់17ឆ្នាំជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយក្មេង600នាក់ដែលមកពីអង្គការផ្សេងៗគ្នាហើយជាពិសេសខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណទៅដល់កម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបដែលបង្កើតកម្មវិធីនេះមកក្មេងដែលខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាមួយ 55% គឺជានារីក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំជានារីម្នាក់នៅក្នុងសមាជិករបស់កម្ពុជាបាល់ឱប ខ្ញុំពិតជាសប្បាយចិត្តខ្លាំងណាស់ខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើជាគំរូល្អម្នាក់ដើម្បីដឹកនាំក្មេងៗជាពិសេសនារីឲ្យចូលរួមលេងកីឡារ៉ូប៊ីនេះ
That feels good. Baby. That feels good. Baby.
សួស្តីខ្ញុំឈ្មោះរ៉េរ៉ាហើយខ្ញុំអាយុ23ឆ្នាំហើយខ្ញុំជាគ្រូកីឡាមុនគេបង្អស់នៅក្នុងអង្គការកម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជារបស់ខ្ញុំហ្នឹងវានៅតាមសាលាខ្លះគឺអត់សូវមានសកម្មភាពកីឡាទេហើយវាពិតជាពិបាកខ្លាំងបំផុតសម្រាប់ក្មេងៗដែលពួកគាត់ចង់លេងកីឡាណាមួយទៀតហ្នឹងគឺអត់ពេលដែលមានក្មេងហើយគឺយើងអត់មានគ្រូដែលមានសមត្ថភាពប្រកបក៏ពិតជាក៏វាពិបាកសម្រាប់ពួកគាត់ដែរ ជារៀងរាល់2ខែម្ដងពួកខ្ញុំបានរៀបចំកម្មវិធីប្រកួតសម្រាប់ពួកគាត់ដើម្បីឲ្យពួកគាត់បានលេងជាមួយគ្នាហើយនឹងស្គាល់គ្នាក្មេងៗភាគច្រើនមកពីតាមអង្គការក្មេងៗដែលមកពីតាមសាលាអន្តរជាតិហើយនឹងក្មេងៗដែលសន្តិមិនល្អក្មេងៗពិការភ្នែកក្មេងៗកោតថ្លង់ពួកគាត់បានលេងជាមួយគ្នាយ៉ាងសប្បាយរីករាយនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃប្រកួតហ្នឹងនេះហើយជាអ្វីដែលកម្ពុជាបាល់ឱបចង់បានពីពួកគាត់ហើយនឹងកម្ពុជាបាល់បានធ្វើសម្រាប់ពួកគាត់
That feels good. Baby.
ខ្ញុំចង់មានមិត្តភក្តិ KVD
ខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ KVD
That feels good Baby That feels good Baby
ហើយជាចុងក្រោយនេះខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជួយគាំទ្រពួកខ្ញុំហើយនឹងយើងអាចជួយគាំទ្រពួកខ្ញុំតាមរយៈ Facebook ក៏បានដែរដោយសារតែពួកខ្ញុំមាន page របស់ខ្ញុំហើយអញ្ចឹងទៅគឺយើងអាចជួយគាំទ្របានដោយស្រួលបំផុតអត់អាចពិបាកទេអរគុណ
Hey,
gentlemen, we are about to commence the draw for the 72nd Singapore Cricket Club International Rugby Sevens, which will be played next weekend. So if you'd like to see it live, please come down to the practice pitches. Otherwise, this is being streamed by live feed. So, the teams have been seeded according to word of mouth, good looks, which I was part of the selection committee on, and of course, past performances. And we will have 4 distinguished gentlemen come up to pick the teams according to the seeds in one of the 3 groups. So for the 4th seeds, can we please invite Mr. Raj Sankaran, Chairman of the STC Sevens Organising Committee, to do the honours. Now the teams ranked 4th this year are Singapore Cricket Club, Singapore Select and Rugby. So if you could please make the draw for Group C. So out of the bag is the first ball, Singapore Cricket Club in Group C. And second ball out of the bag for Group B, Karidi Rugby Football Club. And in Group A, the final ball, Singapore Select. For the first seeds, can I invite former Wallaby, Lottie Takiri, to draw the teams, please. Thanks very much. Okay. And the teams ranked first seed are Tamarima, BKK 12, and East Arnhem. So, for Group C, take the draw.
Tamarima Rugby Football Club.
Tamarima! Group C, thank you. This is not done. Group B, please, draw the ball.
BKK 12.
BKK 12, and there is one final ball. For Group A,
East Arnhem Rugby Club.
the East Arnhem Rugby Club. Thank you, and they're the 3rd seeds. For the 2nd seeds, thank you, Lucy. For the 2nd seeds, played by Drew Mitchell, another former Wallaby, please to come up and draw the teams. Now the teams ranked as 2nd seeds are the Sri Lanka Tuskers, Ogas Wild Bucks, and Palmyra. So please, for Group C, Drew.
The Palmyra Rugby Union Club.
Palmyra for Group C. Group B.
The Sri Lanka Tuskers.
Sri Lanka is Group B. And in Group A, the final group.
OGS Wild Bucks.
Fantastic, thank you very much, Drew. And for the first years in this, for the first seed, in this year's STC Sevens, if I can invite the president of the STC Big Club, Mr. Sher Balkins. So, teams ranked in the first division are Constantly, Gastarina Cougars, and Daveta. So, in Group C, please.
Katarina Cougars Rugby Club.
Katarina Cougars in Group C. In Group B,
Constantly Rugby Football Club.
Constantly in Group B. And the final ball for Group A,
Daveta Rugby Club.
Daveta is in Group A. And that's your draw for the 72nd STC Sevens. Thank you.